It's safe to say the best rooftop bars,
yeah, absolutely,
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Daisy May, give me your best bouquet.
Daisy May Florist is one of Toowoomba's premier flower shops. Visit daisymayflorist.com today or visit their beautiful store on the corner of Hursley Road and Tor Street.
Bradnam's has 30 years of experience as the leading windows and doors manufacturer for the Toowoomba and Darling Downs regions. Employing over 70 locals in our new cutting-edge factory and showroom, we provide tailored selections and excellent service.
Are you a food business starting out with your product development journey? Ask a Food Tech, a food technology consulting company, can help you ensure that they are tasty, safe to eat, and compliant with food regulations.
It's safe to say the best rooftop bars,
yeah, absolutely,
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bradman's Windows and Doors Club at Glenvale Challenge Night 3 on a beautiful, sunny and amazing weather night here in Toowoomba. We're looking at some men's action tonight for Game 1. We're going to see the SQPS scorers taking on the Aus IT Tech Titans. SQPS, of course, sponsored by the South Queensland Parcel Service. South Queensland Parcel Service is your locally owned and operated freight provider specialising in business-to-business deliveries with daily runs from To and from Toowoomba, Brisbane, throughout the Darling Downs, Granite Belt, Lockyer Valley, South Burnett regions with more than 45 years experience have got you covered for on-time deliveries. They're going to line up like this today. Tom Burge is the captain, Joseph Bronson, Malcolm Bryant, Maxie Bryant, Harrison Droney, Charlie Kinnenberg, Alex Madison, Jackson Smitty, Kieran Wild is how they're going to line up today. So yes, of course, we got nines competition, and good evening.
Good evening, and look, Toowoomba's really turned it on for the weather today. There's no doubt about that. And as you said, SQPS are going to play up against the Aus Tech Direct Titans. Aus Tech Direct has been trusted provider of IT services for the past 15 years. Established in 2010 as a web hosting company and evolving into a comprehensive IT solutions provider. They offer a wide range of services tailored to suit individuals, small businesses, startups, companies, not-for-profits, or sole traders. No matter the IT issue, Aus IT Tech Direct can build a solution to suit all your needs. Locally owned and operated, servicing Toowoomba and beyond. Thanks Aus IT Tech Direct for top-notch IT solutions.
Well, as you can see, folks, the dry sense of humour has come out when we talk about this weather. We don't envy these players out here tonight. That lovely low depression that's hitting us and having a bit of an effect. So we're going to feel it tonight, folks. The wind's definitely going to be in somebody's sail. We don't know who yet.
No, it's. I think they're probably going to get into some of those suits we've been seeing in the Winter Olympics to make them go faster. It's that blustery out there. It's pretty full on.
It'd be interesting to see how the players actually adapt to this, because these conditions are, for the best part, tough. You know, it's almost like you're playing in Tassie in these conditions with the wind up, the rain up, but probably not quite as cold. And here's an opportunity for the Titans. Push on onto the guy on the post, and that'll be the first goal of the game.
I think that'd go down as a mistake, wouldn't you?
I'm pretty sure that was a miscue on the pass there, and just an easy, oh, look, there's my man on the post, and knock it in.
Yep.
First goal of tonight's action. Of course, we're going to cover it all tonight. Might have to bear with us as our viewing window's a little bit waterlogged, but the conversion is successful, and the Titans will take a 2-0 lead.
So that's not probably the ideal way that the SQPS scorers wanted to go, but it's the way it is. And when you talk about adjusting, I just think purely from a fashion sense, perhaps they haven't done too well. Most of them have singlets on out there. They might get hypothermia by the end of the night.
Once you start running around, it's pretty easy. And again, folks, if it's your first time joining us, we are playing nines up here this year. 2 players not allowed to cross halfway, and one of them just did. The striker's not allowed to cross halfway defensively. Must be above the 50 at all times. Corners, well, they're a little bit different, folks. You're going to see 3 defenders in the net, 4 attackers. The attackers will start at the 25. If the ball goes outside the dotted lines, they can have a 2-point shot, so they get a chance to raise the ball and the conversion. The ball's trapped inside the dotted line. It must hit the backboard regardless of the kind of shot that comes in. Other rules you'll also see the chance for goalkeepers to be subbed off and a little bit of extra time, and you get rewarded for scoring more goals. You score 3 goals, you get a bonus point here. So a little bit of change in the rules to make it a bit more fun and a bit more action-packed, and get the scoring started early, which this one definitely has happened.
Yeah, look, it's pretty frenetic out there for this early. I'm just hoping that they match the performance of the girls last week, who really put in a great effort to show a tenacity and a level of commitment that was impressive to watch, and the boys hopefully going to pull that together tonight as well.
That goalkeeping last week was just next level, absolutely clinical.
Yeah, I think problem tonight's going to be some of the conditions. That wind is turbulent and will probably upset a few strategies and plans. But we'll see how it goes as the Oztech Titans head onto the attack deep into the enemy territory. And they come into the D with the ball, but the play breaks down. So, oh no, they've recovered it again. So it's a bit of a back and forth here at the moment.
Yeah, Titans they're a little bit more on the front foot. Oh, it is. There's no wind out there.
No,
there's no wind in these sails.
No, that's called a gale, not a wind.
That's a gale.
That's a gale, not a wind. Definitely a gale.
It has definitely been a very interesting time here. Of course, we look at this time last year when Alfred decided to come visit us. Made things very unique. The Titans trying to inject into the circle there, just no chance at all. Be easy push out. And the goal scorer on that one was the captain, Michael Boyd, and he also got the conversion. So bear with us, folks. We're dealing with conditions, and we're having trouble to see tonight. So
yeah, that wind's just pushing that rain horizontal. Vertical, whichever way it's going, and that's going to really
horizontal
make it an issue.
Did you go outside and check the weather for me? You do your little window trick?
tried to. I couldn't get the door open. So I gave the up on that.
You couldn't do the finger trick tonight?
No chance. Couldn't get down there. The door was blown shut. So, but I think on the bright side, they won't need to water the fields. They will stay perfectly moist throughout the game.
All right, of course, this whole challenge is proudly brought to you by Bradman's Windows and Doors. From humble beginnings in the backyard of Harvey Bay in 1977, Bradman Windows and Doors has grown into one of Australia's leading suppliers to the construction industry. Built on a foundation of excellence in product innovation, quality, customer service, Bradman remains an Australian-owned family business for more than 4 decades. With 18 modern showrooms nationwide and over 1,000 dedicated team members and partnerships with some of Australia's largest builders, Bradman's continues to deliver cutting-edge, high-quality aluminium windows and doors designed, manufactured in-house for residential, architectural and commercial projects. The Bradman's difference lies in their innovation, vertical integration and unwavering commitments to excellence. We sincerely thank Bradman's Windows and Doors for their continued support of the Toowoomba Hockey Association as a valued sponsor for a number of years, and a major sponsor of the Club Glenvale Challenge, and their ongoing commitment places a significant role in the growth and success of our hockey community. We are proud to partner with an organisation that shares a dedication like we do to the cause, and we thank them every time we come on air because we couldn't open the season better with an opportunity like this. And you can see... couple of turnovers there for each team, and it is getting worse out there, folks.
Yeah, look, as you said, I think the association is really benefiting from the sponsors, and they're willing to assist us in putting on some wonderful demonstrations of hockey. I'm not so sure the players tonight are that thankful for the sponsors allowing them to play in these sort of conditions, but as an association as a whole, the sponsors give us so much and allow the players and members of the association to really benefit from these early season competitions and the skills they'll develop as they come into the start of the year.
Oh, yeah, and I once had a very wise coach of mine say to me, champions aren't made in fair weather. It was because we're all complaining about training in, it was actually snow and ice. He said, champions aren't made in fair weather. Get out there and train, boys.
Oh, well.
So,
hopefully this is just a one-off for the year.
Oh, it should be. Like, you never know, but you can't predict the weather, right? It's been pretty much all Titans at the moment, though. They keep getting down the other end and opportunities. Here's another quality opportunity, just taken away there by the strikers. It's
just a bit difficult to see with the water rivulets running down the glass. It's
vertical.
It's hard to identify who's actually what. Whether are there three of those people, or is there just one?
And it is. You can actually see it coming horizontal. It's almost like. You just see it hitting right against the glass, and it is making it very hard. And I try to watch it on our little camera monitor here, and it's probably just as hard.
Yes, no, it's.
Brilliant ball through, unmanned player at the top of the circle. It decides to tap it back. Probably could have turned out for the tomahawk there and actually got it off the first time. We see a decision not to go to a tomahawk for a young player. That's something that we don't see quite often. They normally love to pull the trigger on that one.
Would have seen if he could have pulled something out flashy there, maybe got the spin of the ball, the wind had deviated a bit, and put it into the top corner.
Oh, on a day like today, you just need to throw it in the air and it's going to deviate, I think. Here's an opportunity for the Titans. They're inside the circle looking for the foot. Easy save made there by the keeper. Well done.
And that looks like Brett Rollinson, who's the keeper. He's normally the reserve keeper, but he's been pulled up to the main game.
Yeah, for the Aus IT Tech Direct, they're actually not missing many players. SQPS, they're pretty short tonight. Aus IT Direct, of course, they're captained by Michael Boyd. They got Lincoln Bryant, Jacob Frisk, Eli Gascoigne, Hayden Yago, Callum McCauley-Old, Jack McEwen, Mitchell Roberts, Callan Robinson, and Bradley Schultz lining up for them tonight. So their lineup, they're only missing one. Whereas you look at SQPS, Eli, they're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tonight.
Yeah, I think those guys are adjusting to the weather.
I think you'll find that, there might be a few call-ins from Little Pigs Legends tonight. We've had a bit of a change in our schedule, and we'll update that later on, folks. Here's a chance for the Titans inside towards the top of the circle. He's met by 2. He gets through. He gets a shot off. Oh, there's a save made by someone. We'll see it again here, folks, on the replay. Does get the ball, bounces through, gets out of it, takes the shot. Oh, I believe it's the guy on the post there. Just gets to stick to it at the last minute. That's a brilliant.
Certainly a high degree of persistence there. He wasn't going to give up, and he wasn't going to let go without trying. So it was a good shot and really tested the defence.
Eli McCurley on that one. That was brilliant. So it has been all Titans so far. They've just seemed to be the better team, and you could understand why with SQPS having a lot of ring-ins tonight, a lot of ringers, because various reasons we're going to say it.
Aus TI Tech's just put the right program together, and they're really going home with it. And here again on another attacking drive into the D. What can come out of it this time? Oh,
that's a brilliant run. He's just run himself in a bit of trouble, though. He beat 3. All he had to do was push it to his 2-man on the post, but decided to go for glory himself there. The Titans, again, they're beginning to threaten.
But a quick take again puts lots of pressure back on the scorers.
All right, that was actually a great slider ball you just saw there. A bit of a forgotten skill lately. It used to come out, a bit of a craze 10 years ago, the slider ball. You look one way, send the ball the opposite, just by hitting it midway off your stick. Didn't work out in the end.
So we've got a crossfield throw, dropped down and controlled.
That's going to be dangerous tonight, going across field with this wind blowing.
Yeah, lucky it actually got over and didn't get back over his head.
You don't want to throw it this way towards us, though. I think that might actually...
Who knows where that would stop?
That'll end in the car park. And when I say the car park, Coates Hire over behind us.
Over the road, definitely. It's a bit gusty. Definitely tossling the hair.
I'll tell you right, it's going to be a fun drive home later for me, I think. Here come the scorers now. They've got numbers, I've got support, but you can see, folks, the ball's just holding up a little bit. So we're getting to that stage where the turf is probably getting too waterlogged. And there's an opportunity that's just gone left begging across the face of goal. And, yeah, you'll see the ball's going to start stopping and starting a little bit more. You're going to have to put a bit more mustard on your sandwich when you hit it across the turf. You like that one, didn't you?
I did. A bit more mustard. Yes, that's very good. You can just see the water spraying up as they hit it now. And it's not torrential rain, but it's just a real consistent sort of drizzle, which will certainly make it a challenge for them as the evening progresses, particularly
I
if
reckon
stays
it's
at this level.
that eye-piercing horizontal rain that just hits you where you don't want it. Here come the Titans. They've got 2-on-1. The pass is made. All we have to do is push it in towards net. And there's the goal.
I think the keeper's left him a bit of no man's land there. He had put pressure on the first player, but there was a overlap there.
Have a look at this teamwork. He's run. He's got the players to commit to him, pushes to his man on the post, and just slots that one in.
Yeah, smart play. The keeper had very little options there. He was not going to do much, but let's see if they can get a 2-point conversion out of it.
He's going to run, try to get to the tomahawk and spin around. Save made by the keeper. Second opportunity. And there's a conversion. We'll get the goal scorer for a minute. And you guys, can we get the wipers on? It's actually really bad because...
It's like there's 3 of them running. And they haven't had anything to drink, I swear.
It is actually... Oh, okay. This is a new experience for me, guys.
I've got a little bit over here by the pillion. If I read, there's no water coming down, so I have a reasonable look. But anything outside of that, it's just not ideal conditions.
Don't envy the gentleman out there, and that's going to do it for the first half, folks. We're going to go in with a 4-0 lead for the Aus IT Tech Direct Titans, and the club Glenvale Challenge, proudly sponsored by Bradnam's Windows and Doors.
It's safe to say the best rooftop bars
Yeah, absolutely.
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Bradnam's has 30 years of experience as the leading windows and doors manufacturer for the Toowoomba and Darling Downs regions. Employing over 70 locals in our new cutting-edge factory and showroom, we provide tailored selections and excellent service.
It's safe to say the best rooftop bars
Yeah, absolutely.
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Daisy May, give me your best bouquet.
Daisy May Florist is one of Toowoomba's premier flower shops. Visit daisymayflorist.com today or visit their beautiful store on the corner of Hursley Road and Tor Street.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a very wet and windy Toowoomba for the Bradnam's Windows and Doors Club Glenvale Challenge. Second half of Game 1, the Aus IT Direct Titans, they have a 4-0 lead over the SQPS scorers. And how's the weather out there?
Look, I went out there. It barely moved my toupee. It's quite calm. I think you just got to play between the gusts, and you don't have any issues.
Yeah, it didn't blow your hair away.
No. It stayed there. I'm not like that boxer.
So far this game, it's been all the Titans. They have been the far superior team, and that's given that they're getting to play together, whereas SQPS, they're down on numbers, and they've got a few ring-ins tonight, so the teamwork that's been established over the last probably 2 weeks is a little bit non-existent out there. Score update on Field 2, folks. Cronks Crusaders and the SQPS scorers, they're in a scoreless battle over on Field 2. We'll keep you updated all night, and of course, we'll update you on the change to the schedule a little bit later. As the Titans, they're continuing to look to hunt down those viruses inside the net.
Yes. Definitely got to try and get rid of them if they want to keep scoring, because I reckon if South Queensland Parcel Service scorers don't score, they're probably going to lose.
Make another bold prediction.
Another bold prediction. As we get another gust of wind there that moves the grass. Oh, it's a great opportunity. I'm breaking here. South Queensland Parcel Service.
Here's a chance.
Drive
There's
it
the
down.
ball through. Does he get a touch on it? He does. Passes to the man on the post. The ball squirts away from the goalkeeper there. He does make a brilliant save. Came all the way out and put pressure on him. Jack Frisk.
Yeah, there wasn't a great sense of coming through and support, and we haven't got two players on the one side of half. Oh, yes, we do. Wrong side. But yes, wasn't a great deal of push there from South Queensland Parcel Service to come up in support, which meant it eventually broke down.
You can see the pressure that the Titans are putting on defensively here. They've got all their players back in the box to try and defend this one. They really want to make a statement. SQPS now. They've seen numbers on the far side of the field. They're going to go there.
They could go down the line again, toss into the middle, and that sort of broke the play down.
Yeah, they straightened up probably a little bit too early there. They had the player on the T spot that was open. Probably need to do a little bit of a body feint there, commit the defender off the line, and then you can run down what we call a hotline or route 1 or whatever the term is we're up to these days. I think we're on about our 4th or 5th.
That was a well-controlled overhead. Brought it down.
He takes
Gets
the
a
shot
away.
Save made by the keeper. The second, the clean-up from the SQPS. They're diving down to clean it up, and everybody's just kind of looking at it as the ball's like squirting away. I think that one actually held up in the wind a little bit as he went to clear it.
Yeah, that's it's getting quite difficult out there now.
You can just see like the pure pace that they have to put on the ball to get it down the other end now. It's
let alone the wind resistance playing against it. That's key tonight.
Here's the scarier part. We actually have to get to our cars after this and this.
Yeah. I parked close.
Yeah, me too. I try to get as close as I could. It is.
But at least you haven't played a game of hockey. That would be, they won't need a shower tonight. They can shower as they run.
Some of us already have wet boots from today, so.
Alrighty, so what are we doing? Oztech Titans are transitioning again. Diving save, critical save.
You watch the way the Titans are transitioning out. They're looking for short pass, and then it's always that long pass for those high strikers. Nines, of course, it allows for the lazy strikers. They can not allowed to cross halfway. They don't have to defend. Strikers' best attributes: stand forward, score goals. It's pretty simple, right?
I don't think anything's simple in a night like this with these sort of weather conditions. It's going to make everyone's life a little bit harder. Particularly the umpires are out there doing their best for the association and for these players to bring them the game they enjoy. And we do have a special thanks for the umpires. For it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be watching a game tonight. And also the technical officers down in the bench there, making sure everything's run along smoothly and that the rules are complied with. The effort they do as volunteers is greatly appreciated by both the players and the association.
You can see now a lot more overheads coming in as the turf is slowed up a little bit as it's got more waterlogged. So you see this it's quite a common occurrence, especially in the men's game, that once you get a bit more water on it, they will go to the aerials more and try and use it. And can SQPS benefit with some airmail?
Yeah, probably crossed it into the middle there a bit early again. He had a man on his outside down on the baseline. He could have propelled it a bit forward and built an attack a bit more readily, but instead...
Didn't want to pick up on the parcel service and airmail there for me?
No, I was just intrigued by that. Sorry. I was very excited coming today. I thought these guys would put on a great display, and they are for the conditions, but the conditions have just meant it's probably not as entertaining as it could be and not up to the same enthusiasm and excitement we had last week with the girls' games. They were quite good.
Oh, I think these teams have adapted pretty well to what we're seeing out there.
Look, you can't fault them.
You can't fault them. They're out there. They're giving it a crack. And again, the overheads are coming in more and more and more. And this is what the overhead creates. An opportunity now. There's the tomahawk looking for the touch, and he just misses it. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. You just see quick turn on the overhead. Gets the tomahawk off. His man's all alone in front of the net there, and he just goes under his stick. So, yeah, we're gonna see a little bit more of that.
And that's really that teamwork and those combinations you're talking about. That cross was always on. And
that's a hard collision in the middle of the field.
Just a bit of unluckiness that didn't get converted there. As we have some shenanigans in the field.
We'll call it shenanigans. So the free hit was awarded to SQPS, and they obviously thought it should have gone the other way. So they've done the right thing there, and the sportsman thing, and said, we'll just hit it over the sideline, give you the ball back, and give you an opportunity to come down, which they definitely have done. And SQPS trying to keep the defense up, but the Titans coming in, the dive, and he just rolls over the ball there. laying out there. And just a reminder, folks, it is 4-0 to the Titans here. Our scoreboard on the other side of the field is a little bit blank.
Yes, no, they don't look like they've challenged the keepers.
Oh!
Look, an overhead over that.
No, that was the stick.
Oh, was it?
That was the stick. He's gone to tomahawk it, and the stick's gone flying.
Does he get more than half a point for a stick? Maybe it's 3/4 of a point for a stick if the stick goes over the top. That's not something you see every day.
No, there's a clue of where the conditions are at, folks. But we're going to persevere and get through it. SQPS, they just probably need to get a bit more width in their attack here. Stop trying to play down Route 1, and they'll be able to deliver that one on time.
And like their sponsors, SQPS scorers, SQPS Parcel, there's no delaying their delivery. No matter what the weather or the conditions, they're going to get it through.
The Titans now, they're attacking forward. I'd probably be more inclined to play on that side of the field, if I'm honest. You got a little bit of a windbreak.
Yeah, and as it's howling in now, that's all going to help. Just that bit of a break and the wind.
Well, you do have to say thank you to our cameraman. He's doing a fantastic job with the window open. He's getting absolutely drenched for us, ladies and gentlemen, but he is giving us some of the best action you're going to get all night.
Wiping the screen down so we can have some pictures from what's out there, delivering you the best angles we can on the night we have.
Just another attack there from the scorers. It doesn't quite end up. You can see a little bit of a miscommunication as they come forward. That's costing them tonight. And Aus IT Tech Titans, we've got to be impressed with how tenacious they've been.
Yeah, no, they've certainly been committed to coming away with the win tonight, regardless of the conditions and the challenges that throws to them. They have attacked whenever they can. They've been aggressive on the ball, and they've made the best of their chances.
And they've absolutely been a team out there. The way they've been passing the ball, you could see that I talked about it on week 1. I said wait till week 3, week 4, and you start to see the combinations, and magic starts to appear in this tournament.
Particularly when you see them against a team which has lost some players or haven't been able to fill some spots tonight. That
was almost paid off there.
That difference in teamwork and connection and understanding what each other player wants is really quite evident. South Queensland Parcel scorers just disadvantaged a little bit tonight. But they're still putting their effort in. They're trying to do some good things, and they're trying to make the Aus IT Tech Titans pay.
Titans? Of course, our jokes are free, folks. The overhead there's the airmail service trying to find the striker up high. And this is where, I talk about the overheads coming into the game, but the ball's actually going to skid a little bit now. It makes for very interesting feeling when the ball skids up on you in these conditions.
And the Titans are defending well. They're not allowing loose players up the front. They're sort of capitalising on their advantage now and taking a more, I suppose, building approach to it.
They're taking away the space, as we say. You give them a little bit of space, but you take away enough to make them feel uncomfortable when they have to trap an overhead or they have to do a little bit more on their skill, which good defenders do. They learn how to take away space without taking away space. SQPS, they got a man wide open towards the top of the circle. He is screaming for it, but the Titans shut down the lane very quickly there.
And they play it back, buying a bit of time, not rushing into the defence of the Titans, but that breaks down and the Titans will get the ball back from a 16 by the looks of it.
Yeah, and all night, folks.
It's a long corner.
It's a long corner, and just a reminder with the conversions, you score a goal, you convert it, there's two goals straight away, so you're never not in these games at the moment.
But I think they do need to score. That would be the trick. That would be the key. And this is probably the most promising attack. They've been down here for a few exchanges.
Yeah, they've been down here probably about 3 minutes now. It's been all SQPS. They're beginning to ramp up their delivery service here, and I think they're going to put one in the back.
But I think the program from the Aus IT Tech Titans has managed to nullify the delivery schedule.
Score update over on field 2. The Cronks Crusaders now have a 1-0 lead over SQPS. So we'll try and keep you updated on both games all night long. And there's the example of the win, folks. That overhead, it was on target, and then it just absolutely caught and sailed over the SQPS player. I don't think he was anywhere close to that. That got caught up in it.
No, that was pretty wild, wasn't it?
Once again, SQPS have been pretty relentless in not letting the Titans out of their defensive half here. They've been the better team at the moment. They just need to find a way to capitalise on the goal. There's an opportunity player unmarked inside the circle. One to beat, scoops it onto the goalkeeper. It's a bit of a rush. There's a second shot. Ball's loose once again. SQPS looking for somebody. And about 3 shots and no avail. The goalkeeper just shutting the door there. Brilliant goalkeeper. And he saved that ball about 3 times without even getting up. That is good.
Great scrambling there just to keep that ball out, break down that attack. But SQPS scorers get the ball back again. We'll see what they can do.
SQPS once again inside the circle, trying to deliver on something. Finally, the Titans, they get the ball across halfway. Now they're looking to play through. Boyd goes for the overhead, finds his striker, pulls the ball down, goes for the shot, but inside the 5 is going to be the call there. Boydie getting a little bit fancy with his overhead, goes, yeah, I'm going to throw it, try and sit it up in the breeze.
Enterprising play to attack from that far out and try and bomb it into the D. Unfortunately, on that occasion, it didn't bear fruit.
It's become a bit of a different style of attack now. I believe it was I think it was a 2014 Men's World Cup. Mark Knowles to Goads. Govers inside the circle on the overhead, and he just touched it over the goalkeeper's head. And ever since then, the overhead into the circle has just been more prevalent in the game, and it's fun to watch. Well, this one's going to end up in a 4-0 win to the Aus IT Tech Direct Titans over the SQPS scorers. On field 2, it ended in a 1-1 draw. That's going to do it for game 1 of tonight's action in the Bradman's Windows and Doors Club Glenvale Challenge.
It's safe to say the best rooftop bars
Yeah, absolutely.
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Daisy May, give me your best bouquet.
Daisy May Florist is one of Toowoomba's premier flower shops. Visit daisymayflorist.com today or visit their beautiful store on the corner of Hursley Road and Tor Street.
Bradnam's has 30 years of experience as the leading windows and doors manufacturer for the Toowoomba and Darling Downs regions. Employing over 70 locals in our new cutting-edge factory and showroom, we provide tailored selections and excellent service.
Are you a food business starting out with your product development journey? Ask a Food Tech, a food technology consulting company, can help you ensure that they are tasty, safe to eat, and compliant with food regulations.
It's safe to say the best rooftop bars
Yeah, absolutely.
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a blustery, wet evening up here in Toowoomba for the Bradman's Windows and Doors Club Glenvale Challenge for 2026. Nines action. We're about to see the Stafford Industry Strikers up against the SQPS Scorers.
Yes, look, I'd love to say that during the break between the games, the weather's broken, the clouds have cleared, the suns have come out, and the temperature has increased. However, all of that would be incorrect. It is still cold, it is still blustery, it is still wet. It's not a great night for anything but being in bed, perhaps watching live stream hockey.
Well, of course, we'll get to our sponsors. SQPS Scorers, they're sponsored by the South Queensland Parcel Service. They're your locally owned and operated freight provider, specialising in business-to-business deliveries with runs to and from Toowoomba, Brisbane, throughout the Darling Downs, Granite Belt, Lockyer Valley and the South Burnett regions. And with more than 45 years experience providing you on-time deliveries, SQPS have got you covered.
And tonight they're up against Stafford Industrial, proudly sponsored by Stafford Industrial, family-owned and operated business proudly servicing rural Queensland and northern New South Wales. Stafford's is your go-to destination for all things welding and tools, offering a comprehensive range of products and expert repair and servicing for welders and power tools. In addition to their core offerings, Stafford Industrial offers high-quality ute canopies, ute trays and a wide selection of industrial toolboxes for the backs of utes. These are all available for viewing at convenient located showroom at 4 Tate Street.
And of course, the last shameless sponsors plug. This whole thing couldn't have been achievable without Bradman's Windows and Doors. From humble beginnings in a backyard in Hervey Bay in 1977, Bradman's Windows and Doors has grown into one of Australia's leading suppliers to the construction industry. Built on a foundation of excellence in product innovation, quality and customer service, Bradman's proudly remains Australian-owned and operated family business for more than 4 decades. With 18 modern showrooms nationwide, over 1,000 dedicated team members and partnerships with some of Australia's largest builders, Bradman's continues to deliver cutting-edge, high-quality aluminium doors and windows designed and manufactured in-house for residential, architectural and commercial projects. The Bradman's difference lies in their innovation, their vertical integration and unwavering commitment to excellence. We would sincerely like to thank Bradman's Windows and Doors as their continued support of Toowoomba hockey and their valued member years as a major sponsor for the club Glenvale Challenge. And their ongoing commitment plays a significant role in the growth and success of our hockey community. We're proud to partner with an organisation that shares as much dedication as we do to the sport and as much dedication as these players are showing out here tonight in this weather.
Look, and I certainly hope that everyone's closed their Bradnam's doors and windows. Otherwise, they might get a bit of a damp surprise when they go home tonight.
And our first corner for the night's going to be for the scorers. Here's the opportunity. There's the shot on net. Save made. Brilliant diving save. You'll see it here. Ball comes outside the dots. Walk in, commit the defender. There's the player. Gets it on the four-stick. I'm going to rip that. And, brilliant save made by the goalkeeper there. And we might...
another great save from the keeper, coming out there and launching that ball down to the 25 to get it out of his area and hopefully buy some respite. However, the South Queensland Parcel Service scorers come straight back at him.
Well, South Queensland, of course... South Queensland, they're lined up with Malcolm Bryant, Maxi Bryant, Harrison Droney, Charlie Kinnenberg, Alex Madison, Kieran Wilkie's the captain, Eli McCurley, Isaac Lobwin, and Brett Rollinson is the goalkeeper for them. For the Stafford Industry Strikers, their goalkeepers Dylan Blaney, Riley Gascon, Charlie Jensen, Will Jensen, Logan McCready, Cameron Mann, Harrison Pemba, Shandon Smith, Ashley Ziavani, and Noah Spees. And a little birdie told me it might be Ashley Ziavani's birthday today.
Well, let's see if we can give him a good birthday present and let him take it home with a win. As we have a bit of a battle here. Neither team's in ascendancy. South Queensland Parcel Service coming off their game from just before. And it looks like they've taken some lessons from that and are certainly playing a much better hockey than what they were. And they're not allowing anyone to sort of get over the top of them as we see them slowly building a defence in a methodical way. Not rushing and then trying to get their positions in the right place. As that wind continues to howl.
Oh, South Queensland Parcel Service, they've come out after a short break in the sheds from the first game. They're going to get their night over and done with early. I feel for the Aus IT Tech Titans. They'll get nice and warm and then have to run back out there. Whereas the South Queensland Parcel Service, they've been out and played in these conditions already. There's an opportunity here for the Strikers. A shot. Oh, it hits the side of the net.
Good pressure from the keeper there. Came out, tried to strike at the ball outside his D. They got around it, but he'd broken up enough play to put enough pressure on the attacker to not to be able to put the way in an open net.
South Queensland Parcel Service are coming out ultra aggressive in this one. I think a little bit unfortunate in that last one. They had a very good run of play there to end the second half, and just didn't quite get the opportunities.
Look, it really looks like they've learnt from that early first half experience where they leaked a few goals. They've certainly come out here with a different attitude and a different approach, and it is paying dividends. They're attacking more. Their defence isn't in under as much pressure. It's impressive to see.
Yeah, and Stafford, they're only missing one tonight, and their captain and Luke Seabar, so they should be able to have that magic touch that we saw earlier, and there's going to be, I believe, another corner.
Yeah, it's looking that way. The other umpire's heading to the middle.
You can see drags back, goes through two. And I believe it's that touch there that made it dangerous into their own player that's going to be the call. Score update, field 2, Stafford and the Ezy Quip Emeralds. That's still scoreless. So here comes the corner, the push out. A bit of a miscue there. He didn't get it to roll out, and Stafford, they're going to get an easy opportunity to outlet here, but SQPS trying to make him pay a little bit.
He didn't read the delivery instructions and got it to the wrong address. Stafford Industrial there, still just plugging away here.
And there's a brilliant ball up. Oh, he's just mistrapped it. It had a bit too much on it. But Stafford, they're keeping their strikers very high. It's smart play at the end, given the conditions. One easy ball through.
Yeah, we haven't seen Stafford at their best yet. I'm sure these conditions have sort of slowed them down a bit, but they'll come into it towards the game as it progresses, as we see them attack into the D and see if they can come up with something.
SQPS, brilliant defense there to shut that play down. Ball's going to bottle through the middle of the field, picked up by the strikers again. Trying to beat one player with skill. He turns back infield now, trying to get the opportunity for the corner, and he will get the foot. Turns back in there, and here comes Stafford. They're going to have their first opportunity of the night.
Impressive individual skills there. Took on a couple of players, beat them, got into the D, and managed to pull out a short corner from that, even though he was fairly well crowded by defensive players. So we'll see if Stafford Industrial have got what it takes to put some points on the board early in the middle of the first half.
All right, we'll see if they can actually get the ball out a lot better than the SQPS scorers did in that last opportunity, I should say. Comes outside of the dot so their ball can be raised, drops it off to his man behind him, and it's just going to hit a foot there. Try to be a little bit tricky there and run the gauntlet at the first runner and then drop it under the wing, but it was read well, knocked on the foot. They'll have a second bite of the cherry.
So see if they come out with the same sort of approach, whether they mix it up a bit. Looks pretty much the same.
They've tried to shovel it onto the injector on the post there. Easily saved by the goalkeeper. That's brilliant work. Brett Rollinson there, of course, called in. He's been the emergency sub, finally seen some action.
Yeah. Enterprising play there by the Stafford strikers, and we'll just see if the scorers come back again. It doesn't appear to have shaken their composure. They're still happy to take their time and move the ball around amongst themselves to try and get that dominance and figure out how to crack open the world, which is Stafford Industrial Strikers.
Ooh, crack the canopy.
That's it. See if they can come up with something as they are attacking the D. You had a player get knocked over in the wind there by the looks of it at the 25. You
can see what's happening here. You've got three players in a direct line. You've basically taken away any chance to play through that. One of those players has to lead out. So players in a direct line on a hockey field doesn't really work out well in the opportunity, but there is a great shot on net and save made. So SQPS, they probably just need to fix that one up a little bit and start leading off each other a little bit more to open up an opportunity like this down on the baseline. Push back in towards the goal mouth. It's still bouncing around. There's an opportunity, and it's going to end up on the bouncing over the end line, but you can see it now. Opportunity, players crash. There's men unmarked on the back post. Three of them Look at it, 3 of them. And we just tried to wrap around the goalkeeper and unfortunately wrapped a bit too hard.
It is just amazing what a bit of a break and an opportunity to talk to your players can do, isn't it? Because the South Queensland Parcel scorers, they've come out a different team. Different way of approaching. They're playing better. They're passing between themselves, more contained. And they're really seeing a different approach this game than what we had the first half last game.
Well, we saw it in the towards the end of the second half there. They had that very dominant stretch. You could see they found their legs, found how to work together. And they're showing here in this first half action like they are the better team at the moment with the way they're playing.
No, it's impressive to see that they can turn it around. As you said, they've got a number of replacements tonight, but it only took them, maybe half a game to pull themselves together. It was just unfortunate during that time they leaked a few goals.
Oh, there's a brilliant ball that's got through for the Strikers. Goalkeeper's beat. There's one behind him. He does make the save, and the quality of save there is going to result the ball immediately being able to be played down to the other end for the SQPS. Down on the T spot, they look for the player inside. Diving save made by the keeper. And he's called him for making it dangerous. He's kicked it up into his player there. But look, man unmarked. You're going to see that a lot right now. The SQPS, they are getting men forward and they are getting unmarked. And
yeah, maybe held that ball a little bit too long there on that outside attack. He had two players, one in the D, one on the side, ready to go, but just didn't quite release it in a time to give them the maximum chance to convert that. As we come up on a short corner, and let's see if we can get it to the right area code, if not the correct address, and it has.
It comes out now. They look for the long sweep and the touch, and there it is! As it touched somebody on the way through, it has. There's a goal for the SQPS scorers. That is going to be Isaac Lobween with that touch. Look at this. Just gets it right there. He's touched that ball on the goalkeeper's pad. That is absolutely brilliant. Good old-fashioned striking right there, learning how to deflect and get a cheeky goal.
Look, that warms my cockles. It's good to see the scorers coming up with something. They've been toiling away. Can they get the conversion?
Looks to spin underneath the goalkeeper. He goes down, keeps making the save, and that's not going to be allowed there, folks. So it will be a 1-0 lead for the SQPS scorers. But take your hat off and tip it to the young gentleman getting the goal right there in Isaac Lobween. He just backed himself to get a touch. And it's gone out of a lot of striking now, the good old-fashioned deflection goal. And as somebody who I love scoring a cheeky deflection, I love to see it back.
And it just shows that commitment. He put that extra effort in. He hung around there. He made it a possibility by just his presence. So it was good to see it get converted as the scorer's goalkeeper kicks it away, breaks down that attack, even though he was surrounded by attackers. That was a good way to defuse that.
Yeah, the strikers there, they were really threatening. They beat 2, opened up with a bit of speed, and just got to go around it in the end. The strikers, again, they're looking for the numbers. I've got them there. SQPS defense has been rock solid. Cleared but not out of danger. Played into the top of the circle. Just a miscue on the trap. Once again, cleared but not out of danger. SQPS now cut back infield. They need to get a bit of width here. The strikers, SQPS has really condensed that middle of the paddock. They try a crash ball. It's just going to go nowhere.
Scorers just lost a little bit of their composure there. We hadn't seen them this game where they haven't sort of broken down play and led a good counter-attack. It bounced out and back a couple of times. So perhaps they're a bit tired. Perhaps the conditions are starting to play. But they're on the attack up the other end now, and we'll see what they can come up with.
Yeah, we said it in the early game. We got to tip our hats to the umpires and all the officials who are downstairs in this weather right now. It's hard work. It's hard yakka out there, and they are definitely doing all they can for us to make sure that we get these quality games in.
And I think one of the umpires out there is young Mr. Boyd, who's played in the previous game. So he's played and back up. He's turned around and back up to umpire. So that's real commitment and effort for the association.
And I believe he's turning around to play again in the next one. Now, for those of you watching along at home, you're wondering, where are the Little Pigs legends? We get used to our Little Pigs jokes every week, and unfortunately, due to the under-16 Queensland trials going on this weekend down in Brisbane that started tonight, just a bit shorter numbers to completely fill out the teams and coaches. So they were unable to field their team tonight. So we're going to see some women's action after the first 3 men's games this week. And there's a brilliant goal on the buzzer, I believe. He's come in and beat the goalkeeper. Just seen him not out of his box and turned around, takes one step in and absolutely launches a tomahawk on the deck to score the goal.
That was really unlucky for the goalkeeper there. He'd come out earlier and really diffused an attack where he had an almost 3-on-1 against him. He managed to stick the ball away. Unfortunately, it came back, and ultimately they got a goal from that. So coming into the break, he's going to have to try and keep the conversion out if he wants to keep these goal levels.
And Harrison Pember was on the goal, and on that tomahawk, he's going to get an opportunity to convert it here, give his team a 1-goal lead. Comes in, commits the goalkeeper to the ground. Now all he has to do is push it in. And I believe he hit the side of the net there. We'll see it here on the replay, folks. Pulls it. Oh, he hit the post.
Great use of the bar defender there by the goalkeeper. He knew where that was there all the time. Only left that as the option he could.
All right, we're going to be back after a very short break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bradman's Windows and Doors Club Glenvale Challenge for 2026. Nines action, proudly brought to you at the Toowoomba Hockey Association. And we've thanked the umpires, we've thanked the tech officials, but how about all the volunteers who put their effort in to run this tournament, make sure that we can be here week in, week out, delivering everything we can. And a big thank you to our cameraman who's standing there in the elements, getting absolutely soaked at the moment, so you guys can sit in your nice warm chairs at home or wherever you're watching. Feel free to say hi, and I hope you're enjoying the coverage.
As the scorers have a shot on goal, which gets deflected away. Again, they're just pressuring the defences here, and unfortunately couldn't come away with anything on that occasion.
Scorers again. You can see they've got a little bit more width about them. They've seemed to. It's almost like they're listening to the commentary down there. I said they've got to get a bit more width. Stop trying to play Route 1 so much, and they've been doing that this game, and it's definitely opened up their attack a bit more.
And much more considered positioning. Like that was a great long ball back to buy a bit of time, stretch the defence and allow them to settle themselves and see where they wanted to go next.
Well, have a look. They've got no defenders back here. They're willing to really push up there and try and create something. They're going to get a corner here, just creating something out of nothing. So they are putting the pressure on and they are going for the jugular right when they need to. Shot on net. Brilliant save by the goalkeepers. Goalkeepers again putting on a clinic tonight.
Yeah, it's impressive. They sit there in this cold, wet,
warmest
windy.
Players on the field.
No, they need a little barbecue around there and a small little seat so they can keep themselves warm. Maybe a 40-gallon drum.
Little space heater.
Little space heater, that's the one. Maybe a little umbrella. Keep the rain off.
You know, those watching all around the world are sitting going, oh, there's a brilliant goal. It's got a deflection in front, folks. You'll see it here. The push out. The trap's made, and he slogs it in, looking for the injector in front of the keeper. The second runner's there, picks up the first deflection, pushes it down. It's going to be a 2-point conversion opportunity.
That was great play, and the scorers did really well. Hang on, there's been a bit of a pull-up here. Got to start again. Clock wasn't started.
Bit of confusion of the rules there of, hey, that was on a corner, but the ball did go outside the 5, so... Yeah, we'll have a second chance to take the conversion. I'll have the goal scorer as soon as we can for you folks. In we come, trying to commit it down to the ground. Oh, brilliant read by the keeper there. Yeah, and I believe the goal scorer is Charlie Kinnenberg.
Yeah, the keeper was too good then. He sticked that ball away, didn't allow the player to get round the outside of him. So the scorers have now got a 2-1 lead coming into the back half of the second half.
Now, as I was saying while the corner was going, we say, oh, yeah, it's cold, wet, they need it. It's about 20 degrees outside, probably about 15 with the wind. Not like the conditions you're seeing over in Italy right now with the Winter Olympics. Or I think I read somewhere today at -30.
It's not even cold, really. I don't know what they're complaining about. They've all got clothes on. Look at these guys running around in singlets and shorts.
We're built tough up here,
That's
aren't we?
tough, I want to see him do the luge just in a singlet and shorts. That'll sort him out.
Oh, that'd be hard if he came off.
It's just ice. It's slippery.
It actually burns.
I know, but it'll be fun. Oh, big opportunity here.
Great opportunity for the Strikers here. Player at the top of the circle. All he has to do is beat the goalkeeper. The defence comes, gets it back to his four-stick. Save made. Keeper toe punts that out. Haven't seen that one for a while where they've gone for the absolute wind-up. There's another ball in. He has two players there. You'll see the deflection opportunity. Not quite there. Again, brilliant goalkeeping's been the theme of the last 2 weeks of action.
Most definitely, and that was a great clearance. He put pressure on the front runner for the Strikers to make sure that he couldn't get the ball easily, and then managed to break down that play while his team was streaming back to give him support. I'm not sure if you can hear that, ladies and gentlemen.
That is not the referee's whistle.
Yeah, that's the roof coming off, I think.
That was wow. And you can see the conditions out there. Like, it is just coming in sideways now.
Beautiful hockey. Beautiful hockey. All right, Strikers come into attack again. They've got two attackers against one defender, but it's played beautifully.
There's the touch save made by the keeper not out of danger. There's a foot race. SQPS are going to win it. Unfortunately, their attempt to clear it's going to run straight into his teammate's leg there, and just opportunity gone begging for the Strikers. Scoreboard pressure beginning to now become a factor.
Yeah, good positioning by the keeper yet again. There was an opportunity there for the Strikers. They had a bit of an advantage, and now it breaks down for the scorers as they take it into the D.
Brilliant goalkeeping again to cut that one off.
And we just saw, again, that timing and that willingness to not rush into it from scorers there with a little bit of a pass back while they're on the attack, giving themselves a bit of extra time. And the scorers are still on attack here. What can they come up with? Can't quite break it down.
Long ball here for the Strikers. I've got two men up here. He's only got one defender to beat. He's going to go to the airmail to him. The first touch is there. It's just going to skate away. If he had actually caught that perfectly on the stick, there's a brilliant goal-scoring opportunity. Little cheeky airmail. Hey, we got a score update on field 2. Stafford has a 1-0 lead over the Ezy Quip Emeralds.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity there, but just a little bit of bad luck. Couldn't control that ball as it came down on him. Probably the wind got in his eyes as well as the rain, the dust, everything else is going around out there because it is windy, ladies and gentlemen. Everything will be coming out of everywhere.
Your hair might get swept and you might get curls out there tonight.
I could get curls. If it gets wet, it always goes curly. It's no good. It's no good. As the scorers are back on attack, and we got a bit of chopsticks there. And they've picked up the penalty, so that's an interesting opportunity for them.
Yeah, again, a little bit of width here. They're inside the circle. You see they just explode forward. But Stafford, 3 players collapse on the ball. They play it through. Player for himself. Tries to beat 3. Bobbles through. SQPS now. Once again, there's a crash ball. They have 2 players down there. Oh, the little miscue on the goal line.
Yes, that would have been something great. He was reaching out there at full stretch to pull it in, but just couldn't control the ball, and it ran over the back line, relieving a bit of the pressures for the Strikers. as they try and claw back a goal as we come into the last 7 minutes. I think if I can look across there through my kitey hole.
Yeah, goals are going to be a premium, I think, now, as the weather slowly begins to deteriorate just a little bit more. That's a brilliant ball from Kinnebra. He's found his man looking in. Oh, defense is there once again, but he just read the player so well. Managed to sneak that one through.
I'm just trying to pick up the number of that defender who's been quite strong there.
It'd be handy, a nomination for the player of the game. The scorers now. They're inside the circle. There's a tomahawk, and it's just wide of the net.
That
clearance, not out of danger, though.
No, that clearance was a bit out of frustration there, which was hasn't really relieved much pressure.
Oh, the overhead into the circle, searching for somebody. Nothing really there. Once again, SQPS, they've been relentless, not letting the strikers outside of their half this time.
Just that significant pressure. It's really been a dominant South Queensland Parcel Service scorers team this game, and it's really shown on the scoreboard, and they continue to mount that pressure. As we come towards the end of the game, they might hold them out here. They might very well come away with a win.
Well, if you look at it, it's three halves of very good hockey from them. One half that in that first affair, but you can say they've definitely delivered on time with their performance here tonight. There's a ball bouncing around, and once again, goalkeeper's there to shut it down.
Yeah, no, it's quite confident out there.
Give out to me. Okay. Here come the SQPS scorers once again. Oh, that's another brilliant play. Commit the defender, drop it back behind you. Going to bring it back over to the near side of the field. Now there's an opportunity. Crash ball's on. Touch in front. Save made by the keeper. Second save made. And
by save, you mean score?
I do apologise, folks.
That's where I'm
it did get through to the postie there. So there's a brilliant play, and yeah, the window was a little bit wet there. I couldn't trying to dodge and duck and weave and see outside. Here comes the goal scorer. Brilliant hands there, and the goalkeeper just eventually knocks that one away, but he was showing off a little bit of skill. SQPS now have a 3-1 lead, and I'll try and get the goal scorer to you in a second. Oh, you can see on their replay, great hands there to try and beat the keeper. The keeper's like, not in my house. I'm going to say that was young Eli McCurley on the goal.
And does that 3 points give the SQPS scorers an extra point or a bonus point?
I believe so. I have to check the table again. But 3 goals, encourage the scoring and see what they can do.
We've certainly seen a bit as he outruns that player as he comes up onto the half. Ooh.
Oh, he pulled that long handle out there. Alex Madison there trying to absolutely drive that down Route 1.
Going for the drive and deflected off of a tree in the middle there. Who put that foot there?
Put that leg there.
As the scorers again show great patience, passing it across the field, not pummeling in like they have in the past, letting it build up and using the clock to their advantage.
Yeah, they're definitely using the patience game to their advantage with the lead. And there's a brilliant ball in. Again, looking for a cross ball. Trying to catch them off guard. You'll see it here. Set up Route 1. Get everyone to commit down Route 1. Simple hockey. Find the open man. Now look for the crash ball across the face of goal. Textbook. It's like a coach drew that one up in a training drill. And SQPS, they come straight back down again and they'll get a corner.
Yeah, we'll see if they can pick up a fourth goal or maybe a fifth for the evening, as that outcome wasn't really what the Strikers are after. Couldn't manage to relieve the pressure, and the scorers, credit to them, were there to try and take advantage of it. So as they huddle at the 25-yard line about which play they're going to do, umpire gives them a hurry on. They get into position. Let's see if they can pull out of the trick bag today.
Ball's going to come all the way out, so it can be an opportunity for 2 goals here. Comes down, looks for the Tommer, finds the defender in front. He's down on the ground. He makes the save. See this, brilliant. Sees it coming. Looks at it, goes, yeah, you're going to Tommer this. Ducks down, gets a stick to it. Keeps it out of danger. That's good textbook defending there. But SQPS once again are on the attack and threatening.
Yeah, that was. It's a long way down to the ground for him there too. So to get down and get that ball away, that's good. As again, the scorers just show a bit of patience. Oh, a bit of a minor error there. The ball probably moved in the air because of the wind, and he missed it up on his stick.
Yeah, Stafford, they're not out of this game. 2 goals. It's just they need a field goal here, and it'll be away.
If they can score 2 more goals, I reckon they'll wrap it up as a draw. And this could be the opportunity. Ball gets penetrated in, but couldn't be recovered. And what is it going to be? The Strikers have got it on the back line. And
trying to get something through.
Over the back line, and someone's making a decision.
Strikers now, they're searching for the top of the circle. SQPS are trying to close the door on this game. Hopefully it's the Bradman's windows and door they're trying to close.
Surely it would be. These guys would really support the sponsors that are investing in them and their hockey futures. That whistle sounds like the kettle's boiled, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Oh, did you put a cup of tea on for us?
Yes, that's the one.
Long overhead's going to be cut off there by Stafford. They're going to have to put numbers forward, but once again, there's a bit of a miscue and a miss swing there as I think conditions played into that one. Time's ticking away. Stafford, they have to score very quickly here and have an opportunity to convert. They just crash that ball down. And that's going to do it for this one, folks. SQPS, they deliver on it. They're going to win 3-1 over the Stafford Strikers. On field 2 was a 1-0 win to the Stafford Strikers up there. We'll be back after a short break for more action.
It's safe to say the best rooftop bars
Yeah, absolutely.
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Daisy May, give me your best bouquet.
Daisy May Florist is one of Toowoomba's premier flower shops. Visit daisymayflorist.com today or visit their beautiful store on the corner of Hursley Road and Tor Street.
Bradnam's has 30 years of experience as the leading windows and doors manufacturer for the Toowoomba and Darling Downs regions. Employing over 70 locals in our new cutting-edge factory and showroom, we provide tailored selections and excellent service.
Are you a food business starting out with your product development journey? Ask a Food Tech, a food technology consulting company, can help you ensure that they are tasty, safe to eat, and compliant with food regulations.
It's safe to say the best rooftop bars
Yeah, absolutely.
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final fixture of the men's action tonight. Going to feature the Aus IT Tech Direct Titans up against the Stafford Industrial Strikers.
The Stafford Strikers are proudly sponsored by Stafford Industrial. They are a family-owned and operated business proudly servicing rural Queensland and northern New South Wales. Stafford's is your go-to and destination for all things welding and tools, offering a comprehensive range of products and expert repair and servicing for welders and power tools. In addition, Stafford Industrial offer high-quality ute canopies, ute trays, and a wide selection of industrial toolboxes for the back of utes. They are available for viewing at a conveniently located showroom at 4 Tate Street, Toowoomba. Stafford's commitment to the local community extends to its active support of Toowoomba hockey. Stafford's has also proudly supported the Club Glenvale channel since its inception.
And the Aus IT Tech Direct. Titans are sponsored by Aus IT Tech Direct. Has been a trusted IT provider for the past 15 years. As a web hosting company and evolving into a comprehensive IT solutions provider. They offer a wide range of services tailored to suit individuals, small businesses, startups, companies, not-for-profits, or sole traders. No matter the IT issue, Aus IT Direct can build a solution that suits your needs and budgets. Their comprehensive services include business IT support, NBN and phone connections, website software development, website security audits, malware removal, website management, web hosting, cloud solutions, backup and continuity, CRM, point of sale, Microsoft 365 licensing, management, technical support to meet all your IT needs. They're locally owned and operated, servicing Toowoomba and beyond. When you think of IT, think Aus IT Direct for the top-notch IT solutions.
And during that message from our sponsors, the Strikers unfortunately lost a player who crossed the white line and ended up having to come off the field with the rule of you need to have 2 attackers in the attacking half.
First time tonight we've seen that.
Yep, we'll see if he comes out on the right side of halfway after he's served his time as the Strikers make an attack down here with Ashley, who doesn't quite get that cross in place. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're watching the Bradman's Windows and Doors Challenge. Bradman's have started in the backyard in Hervey Bay in 1977, and they've grown into one of Australia's leading suppliers to the construction industry. It's built on a foundation of excellence in product innovation, quality and customer service. Bradman remains proudly Australian-owned, family business more than 4 decades on. We sincerely thank Bradman's Windows and Doors for their continued support of Toowoomba Hockey. As a valued sponsor for a number of years and the major sponsor of the Club Glenvale Challenge, their ongoing commitment plays a significant role in the growth and success of our hockey community. We are proud to partner with an organisation that shares our dedication to excellence and the community.
And, of course, we've got to thank our umpires and officials. And a couple of 2 umpires in the last game, they've now just suited up for the Titans, and they're back out there playing. So thank you to everyone who's out there braving the elements to get this game in. And you know, I've said it once, I'll say it again. Thank you to our cameraman. He's braving the open window, wiping his camera down, trying to keep everything absolutely operating. So those of you watching at home are probably wrapped up in a blanket with a hot chocolate. I hope you're enjoying the coverage.
Because there's certainly no hot chocolate and blankets out there. These guys are running around in shorts and singlets in an effort to keep as limber and as athletic as they can.
You want to do a lot of running in this weather. It keeps you warm.
You would have to ask.
And that's a brilliant goal.
From the smallest of angles.
From absolutely minute angle, he's come through and just absolutely slotted it. It's from the baseline.
Yep.
Oh, my good God.
Keeper just didn't protect his post and cut off the angle, so he's paid the price for that, and now we'll see if the Strikers can go 2 up.
My God, folks, you're not going to see a better goal than that all night. Somehow he's put that in, a little shimmy-shammy on the goose step and wraps it around, and he's going to back it up with a brilliant conversion. I'll get the goal scorer for you in a second, folks, but watch this. Little shimmy-shammy and goose steppy. Tries to get through, and he does in the nice little spin.
And if a goal deserved to get worth 2 points, then that certainly was the one. Doing that tomahawk from the back line, very little angle, and managed to slot it away with that clunk on the backboard. Harrison
Pember taking lessons taught by his brother to score that one. I've seen his older brother score a few in my time and years of coaching and working with him. The Titans, they're looking to answer straight away. Of course, they started hot in their first game and then just kind of went off the boil a little bit. SQPS came out at them. The Strikers, of course, in their last affair, they did go down to the SQPS scorers. So should be a pretty even matchup, this one.
Yeah, maybe the conditions have worked against the Titans. That break probably hasn't helped them. Before they scored that goal, I was just wondering whether those umpires who went back out to play were actually thinking maybe I'll just umpire again, or I can put my jacket on and have a hoodie on, keep myself warm.
Yeah, it's almost dangerous in conditions like this. You just want to stay out there. Get it over and done with. You go back inside, you warm up a little bit. It can be dangerous, and the Titans, they're threatening, but Stafford, and we talk. I keep giving insights into conditions like this, and from a coach, you want to help your players get warm and feel a bit more comfortable, but at the same point, you almost don't want to do it because they get too comfortable and the adrenaline comes down, and it's an interesting conundrum that comes in the coaching world when you come into cold weather games and conditions. As the Titans easily march down the field here and get a corner straight away. I think it's just off the rebound. Yep. Off the keeper, finds the defenders back at the foot. So, as a coach, you don't know what to do. I've been a part of teams where we said we'll stay out, we'll brave the cold and watch teams go back in the warm. And, the second they've come back out, they got a bit too comfortable.
Look, and I think someone will be jumping on tonight to Amazon to get those shoe warmers to dry their shoes out tonight, because it's certainly a bit moist and damp out there.
It definitely is, and here's an opportunity. Tomahawk over the crossbar.
No, it wasn't over. I could see it through here. There was 3 balls, and I think the one left to the right of the post.
Oh, so it's behind.
No, nothing. Not a half point for over the top of the crossbar.
No, I said behind. Beside. It went beside the post.
Yeah, but it could go anywhere to the corner. No, we're not. No, we're not going to do the behind it. We're going to do the half point over the top of the crossbar. I think that's fair.
All right. So hurling's still a factor here.
Yeah, still. We'll have a hurling competition. See who wins.
I actually saw it being played down in Brisbane the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah, down near the State Hockey Centre in Bulimba. They have a hurling club. And I'm just finishing up training with the Bulimba Bulls, and we're pulling out, and I'm like, hang on a minute. Is that what I think it is? And I saw hurling, and I immediately thought of you. I thought, here we go. You'd love this.
Maybe they could come up for a demonstration at a half-time or something. We could promote the game and start
It's a vicious sport.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching it. I pulled over and watched them train for a minute, and full-on body checks happen in it. I was like, what?
Not for the faint-hearted.
Hockey on steroids.
Yeah, not for the faint-hearted. A bit like playing in gusting gales and driving rain, like these players are out here tonight, trying to come away with the goods.
Just pure bravery right now for all these players. These conditions, your stick grip is wet, your shoes are wet, everything you touch is just absolutely drenched, and it takes an extra key of focus now because we've seen one stick go flying, and somehow they're just managing to hang on, keep other sticks from going flying. And you can see, like, simple passes and simple balls, the ball's just rolling on. With this wind, it's stuff that you see in movies, gales like this.
Yeah, no, it's far from ideal conditions, but they're making a good effort of it, and hopefully the Aus IT Tech Direct Titans can get a goal back here and level it up towards the middle of the game.
Yeah, they just need to be a little bit more patient. They seem to be wanting to rush the ball forward as quickly as they can, and Stafford are just managing to get their numbers back very quickly. And there's the 9s rule right there. It's not the 9s rule. He's gone to play the ball back, and he's actually stepped over the line. And there's the you can see that happen. The ball's coming so slow, and I'm going to reach out for it, and it actually classes as crossing halfway there, folks. So the defender has time to come in and intercept it, and that's 9s for you. Most frustrating thing as a striker you can have.
So it'll be interesting now. The strikers come away. They're down a player, but are still doing well.
And score update on field 2, folks. It is still a scoreless affair up there. And we'll keep you updated on all the action. Of course, coming up next, folks, we're going to have some of the women's actions with the SQPS scorers taking on the Ezy Quip Emeralds. So a little bit of a change in affair, and of course that's due to the Little Pigs legends having to missed tonight's action with a few too many players away at the Queensland Under-16 trials?
Well, I actually heard it was because they didn't think they could get their mud together in this sort of weather. It was too wet for it to form bricks, so they decided that if their second option isn't going to work, they'll just call it quits for the night.
Oh, do we just say the big bad wolf has come to try and blow their house down in this weather?
I think it has. With these gales, there's nothing left standing. So it's a bit sad for the little pigs. They did pretty well last time we watched them, but unfortunately these things happen, and they couldn't come up tonight.
You can see that overhead there, folks. He's overheaded it towards the circle, and the wind has carried that way outside the circle, almost outside the 5. Shows you the conditions we're in. My God, that was just something you don't see every day. That's a brilliant turn there. Riley Gascon.
Strikers on the attack here again. Oh no, broke down there a bit of lack of patience perhaps.
Stafford once again. They're trying to threaten. The Titans seem to be answering everything they've got at the moment. Here we go, the Titans now. They've got a numbers advantage. They've got a player here. Walk in looking for the Tomo. Defender reads the fact that he was going there. Next one's diving and makes a brilliant stop. Well read by the defender, knowing that the striker here is going to turn straight to his tomahawk side.
Put everything on the line there to get that ball out, and he was successful. So that always looks impressive when you can pull it off.
Caleb Robertson there just needs to pay a little bit more attention to thinking, yeah, he's going to commit to my tomahawk side, turn back infield, and almost do a jump squeeze. And he would have absolutely tattooed that in the back of the net.
And so as we come towards the end of the first half, a few minutes to go, we've got 2-0 with the Stafford Industrial Strikers having the ascendancy. And we'll see if this can be changed as we walk into half-time. Surely they want to go in all tied up to on this event.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely been back and forth action between both teams. Wasn't the dominant that we saw out of SQPS in that last one, where they just had those long, sustained periods of attack? The Titans now, they're in towards the baseline, looking for options, and the ball just squirts away a little bit there. Don't know if that was wind aided or not, but you can see the ball, again, folks, is beginning to hold up as this turf starts to get more and more waterlogged and loses its... creates a bit more friction out there. Oh, that's a brilliant turn and tuck under the wing. Logan McCready, he'll earn himself a free hit there. Been told to push forward.
Oh, defender just gets his stick out there to break down that play. So as we come forward, 2 minutes left, can strikers get down there, get a corner, and maybe make it 3 or 4-0?
Oh, brilliant ball in, finding Pemba. Pemba tried to turn quickly, but couldn't. Oh, Gascon comes in, makes that say, takes that away. Looking for Pemba. Pemba now turns, tries to get it on the foot. I think he's actually put it on his own foot and kicked it out over the end line.
Who put that there at the end of my leg?
Who put the shoe there?
All right, I think that's probably a minute and a half. We're going to see if the Titans can build it a bit, and they put it deep.
Looking for that searching long ball. Definitely comes into play in the conditions like this in the nines format. Makes for a little bit different of action there, folks. It's still scoreless on field 2, by the way.
So we'll see what the strikers, whether they can get it out of their half and penetrate deep with a bit of an interchange.
Oh, that's well read and great interception. Just couldn't keep it on his stick.
So we'll do a bit of a reset and see what the strikers come up with this time. Probably running out a bit of time, 40 seconds to get it down the other end. I see they get some more points on the board. Aus Tech Titans desperate to keep it down here and maybe sneak a little sneaky goal. No, that cross was shut down by the press. Here we go. Oh. What have we got?
Here's a chance for the Titans on the 4-stick. The shot, and it's just wide. Well read, keep on the right foot. You'll see here, this is a bit of an old school skill, shooting off the right foot, bang. Don't see that much often, especially on a 4-stick shot, and that's going to do it for the first half. Stafford Industries, they're going to go into this one leading 2-0 over the Aus IT Direct Titans.
Daisy, Daisy May, give me your best bouquet.
Daisy May Florist is one of Toowoomba's premier flower shops. Visit daisymayflorist.com today or visit their beautiful store on the corner of Hursley Road and Tor Street.
Bradnam's has 30 years of experience as the leading windows and doors manufacturer for the Toowoomba and Darling Downs regions. Employing over 70 locals in our new cutting-edge factory and showroom, we provide tailored selections and excellent service.
Are you a food business starting out with your product development journey? Ask a Food Tech, a food technology consulting company, can help you ensure that they are tasty, safe to eat, and compliant with food regulations.
Well, welcome back to sunny Toowoomba, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's certainly bright.
It is very bright. The LED lights do bring a certain appeal of daylight.
Yes, a certain luster.
It's definitely making the camera footage look a little bit more worse for wear with how bright it is. And in this weather, you see, that's purely just the rain coming in. It's, yeah. What can we say? But welcome back to the Bradnam Windows and Doors Club Glenvale Challenge. For 2026, it is the Stafford Industry Strikers with a 2-0 lead over the Aus IT Direct Titans. It's been a pretty back and forth affair. Stafford so far being the better team, but I think the Titans are going to come out of halftime absolutely firing.
Yeah, the Strikers picked up a good goal and converted it. Actually, a very impressive goal from the back line, tomahawk back stick into the backboards, but that's all we've really seen in terms of really good scoring opportunities as both teams try and feel each other out and see if they can come up with something that might get them the results.
Oh, there's some brilliant 1-2 tip-tap-toe hockey where it's just touch pass, and it's going to result in a corner. Just 1, 2, 3 little touch passes on, and the attempt there to turn, spin, and shoot has resulted in the Titans' first real opportunity here in this game.
And this is something they need to grasp. If they can come away with a point or 2 points here, that'll change the complexion of the game. They won't be going against it, and it'll put a bit of pressure on the Strikers to push forward and try and come up with a goal.
Comes out, they're looking for the crash ball. Save made by the keeper. The defender throws the mask away, but it's going to cost him time. The Titans' attacker was there, but the ball did hit his foot in the transition. Titans, once again, rush back as hard as they can. Eli Gascone.
Probably should have left it off, released it to the left there. He had the overlap, and he had a couple of players in the overlap, but went right and held play up. Fortunately, he got a penalty, so he retained the ball.
And my apologies there, folks. I just realised that we've got brothers playing against each other.
Oh.
We talk about, when we're up here at Toowoomba Hockey, every year I've come up, I've talked about the brothers' rivalry, the sisters' rivalry, the mum and dad rivalry, the cousins, you name it. Toowoomba Hockey Association's famous for it, where you get the same last names, but family ties definitely goes goodbye once they step on that green surface.
Nothing like a bit of that competition and having the bragging rights.
What was it, the car ride homes?
That's it.
We had last week with the Bradbury sisters and one getting the upper hand over the other to win the game. So we love to see it. We love to see a little bit of friendly rivalry between the family, and it's even more fun when it's father and son or mother and daughter out there.
The Aus IT Tech Direct Titans have had a bit of attack for a little while, but couldn't convert. Here's a great opportunity for
Stafford.
the Strikers.
Just wanted to beat, pulls for the tomahawk, shoots and scores. That is Mr. Pember again, folks. He does not miss on that tomahawk.
He's a bit lethal on that backstick, isn't he?
Oh, just one. Look at this. He gets the edge and just shoots it straight underneath the goalkeeper's arm. And Harrison Pember, he's showing a little bit more skill than his older brother. We might have to get old Dylan back up here to see if he's still got it. If he's watching at home, I challenge him to come out and play against your little brother. Show us who's the better Pember.
So that gives them 3. Can they come up with 4?
No, that one's going to end up in the goal behind there. Look, I love the sportsmanship Harrison just showed there. Went and gave the goalkeeper a high five afterwards. That's brilliant. And you love to see that from a young athlete saying, hey, mate, well done. We respect each other. You'll sit here. Nice little high five. Good sportsmanship.
Yep. And that goal's probably a bit against the run of play. The Titans had been pressing up, but with 9s, lots of space, and you can turn over the ball quickly.
Lots of space, and it was just an early pass. And it's the secret to 9s is make the early pass. And especially if it's an early long pass, you can really take advantage of the situation. And we talked about earlier the under-16 trials going on in Queensland. We wish all the athletes down there the best. And if you're watching, good luck this weekend and hope you get to represent the state. And around the grounds, as I've done every week, you got the East Tiger Turf for the women starting tomorrow. So they'll be playing in conditions like this.
Glorious conditions.
And leads into next weekend's men's Tiger Turf action. And, of course, under-21 trials next weekend.
It's all happening as we head into the start of the hockey season, ladies and gentlemen.
You know it's starting when the trial season starts. I remember a few years ago, I think it was 4 weekends in a row, just all trials for me. And it was enjoyable, but at the same point, I was in a lot of hot water for Miss Valentine's Days.
Speaking of Valentine's Day, isn't that coming up?
It's tomorrow, actually.
Yes, so don't forget.
I've already done my right thing. I purchased my present.
Well done. Great save there by the keeper. Attack in by the Strikers, maybe deflected away. Strikers seem to be very interested now in terms of they've got that goal. It's just got them a bit interested, a bit excited, and they're putting a fair bit of pressure on the Titans.
Have you got your wife something?
Not yet.
Are you the present?
There's still plenty of time.
Is your presence a present?
Yeah. Well.
Or lack of presence.
Yes. Plenty of time. As the Titans get an opportunity, great recovery there.
Brilliant recovery.
Oh, well done.
Have they the crash ball in towards the front of the net there, and lessons learned. Cage the cage. Matt Cook would be very proud of that goal right there. The trailing attacker going, I'm just going to get there and hope to God the ball comes through. Aus IT Direct, they're now on the board, looking to convert. Oh, there's a little bit of footwork there, but great save from the goalkeeper.
And just that commitment there from the attacker to make that extra lunge to pick up that ball. The player had really broken down. The ball was ahead of him, but he recovered, and that came out as a goal for him. So they've managed to get one back.
And Captain Michael Boyd on the goals for that one. He, of course, umpired the last game. Now he's out there running around. And on the conversion, I think it was just a little bit of, if I was 10 years younger, I'd get around that goalkeeper.
Ah, well, we all get old. The alternative's not quite as interesting.
Yeah, you do raise a good point there. I like to think of myself like a fine wine. I'm just getting better with age.
And so what have we got here? It looks like the Titans might be back in the attack. There's some umpire signalling there, but I can't quite make it out through our wet-riddled window. Yes, Strikers got the ball, and they're slowly building up their attack, trying to figure out how they're going to penetrate this defence.
Oh, that's a brilliant penetration there. It's down towards the end line. Now they just need to get the result out of it. but he's lost the ball in his feet. But you can see the way it's set up. Once again, a little bit of a body feint. Commit everybody down the hotline. Go, yep, now you're committed. I'm going to hit the T spot. And I've seen this a lot tonight where it's either, yep, we'll commit to the T spot and body feint there and open the hotline up. And like we just saw there, a nice little ball through. And both teams really scrambling well right now.
Look, and that was a great shot there. The ball went past, and I think it might have been Michael Boyd out there who recovered that, had a shot, but the keeper was able to chest it over the back line for a long corner. Titans are really pushing now to see if they can get back a goal or two.
Yeah, one field goal would definitely make action more exciting.
As we come towards the end, how long have you got left on the... Another 6 minutes, so there's enough time there for anything to happen if something happens. Strikers being patient while...
Patience is a virtue for them right now. They just need to think more possession than trying to go forward. In these conditions, you've got to force a mistake. And by just keeping possession and stick on ball, they can wear it down. You just don't want to give any loose pass that the Titans can pick off because their tails are up and they're looking the better team now.
Yeah, after that last goal, the strikers are really sniffing around. They were very interested, but that's been cruelled a bit by the Titans dragging one back, and now the Titans have got the wind in their sails, and what a wind it is.
That's just momentum in hockey. You can, the ball bounces your way once, and it can ignite something. A good tackle, a good moment can ignite something down the other end, like the strikers here. And looking for the opportunity. Base on the baseline. Ball. Oh, ball was injected straight in front of the net, and the player's just gone and swung at it to clear it and hit right into the striker's shoulder here. And he's earned himself a corner because, that little bobble up.
That was a great play by the striker. He injected himself. He put himself into the game. The keeper had to come out. He managed to get it past the keeper, and it's just led to a short corner because of the interplay of the ball there. So maybe the strikers can seal it here with, 5 minutes left to go?
Ball's going to come out. They look back towards the injector. He's there, pushes onto the foot, won't get the call. There's another attempt, and they will. You can see that they were trying to get the first shot off from the injector, but it's not quite in time. Pushes on the foot, and you see the spin. Once again, I take my hat off to these young players out there. They're not always trying to tomahawk the ball there. He was trying to get back to his four-stick, so good development coming on. They go straight back to that well again. Looking for it. Well read by the defender, and he poke checks again. That's good old-fashioned defending with a poke check to get that one out.
That was great defending. That broke that attack down quite well and bought them a bit of time to get their troops back and to set their defence a bit.
The strikers now, they're trying to go for the jugular here. They've only got one back, so they're pushing everybody they can up into that attacking 25. They get a foot on the top of the circle there. And folks, we promise that's not special effects, that rain you see. That is actual rain. Oh, they go for the touch pass, looking for the player on the top of the circle, but it's elevated just into the defender there.
But the Titans couldn't take the most of that and get some relief from the pressure they're under. Strikers are now holding it in the Titans' half, playing it around, looking for the breach in the defence. Someone's stepped over the line.
I'm not sure. I think there's a bit of confusion there from the official as to numbers across the line. Bit of a weird one there. Yeah, Stafford, they can consolidate here and just try and grind this one out. The Titans, they don't need to rush. They rushed their last outlet, forced a turnover, and they've stayed in trouble. And they need the miracle ball, which they've got there, looking towards the player at the top of the circle. He's just got the goalie to beat. Oh! Goalie takes him out. He's still on the ground.
Yeah, the
He's
ball
moving, folks. It's just a brilliant ball. The goalkeeper comes out, meets him, does manage to get a hold of the ball, and the trip on the way through. Oh, that must have stung a little bit. And there's an opportunity. And it's just gone wide. The ball on the dot goes to Tomerant and pulls it just a little bit wide. The Titans talk about moments and opportunity. There's another one.
Yeah, they've really changed the nature of the game there. A good tack, as you said, that breakaway ball, that fast ball deep down there. Great goalkeeping to defend that off. And unfortunately for the Titans, they haven't come away with the goal, so they're still down by 2.
Dylan Bellany showing off all the skills that he is known for there. That's what the confusion was before. Aus IT Direct Titans have pulled the goalkeeper.
Oh,
there we go. I knew I'd work it out eventually.
Will they play an extra defender?
Looks like they've put an extra man up.
Well, that's smart play. Minute and a half. You've got to get at least a goal to try for a 2-point conversion. So we'll see how they go.
And you've got to put everything on the line when you can. Bouncing ball in front of the net. Diving save made by Bellany.
All right, now it just depends on how long the strikers take to get this ball back in. They could throttle the game here with some smart play, building up their offense.
I think they're just going to take their time, set the ball up, get the wind checker out.
That was a big
go
hit.
Again.
It's given the ball back to the Titans, which probably wasn't the ideal outcome as they go down to the baseline.
Oh, that contact at the circle is going to do it. That's hard.
So that's not the outcome they wanted. They could have just worked down this last minute 10, unfortunately.
Ashley Giovanni says, run through me, mate.
Yes. Yes, that was a bit
well,
like hurling,
the Titans need to make sure they set this corner up quickly. Ball's got to come all the way out, want the buzzer to expire. It does so. They look to absolutely tonk it. Save made by the goalkeeper. Second shot opportunity, and there's a brilliant goal on the top of the net. Oh, my God. Off the rebound. You talk about clutch performances. Here it is. Sees the opportunity, brings it down with the stick, takes 2-step, and absolutely puts it in the top shelf. You won't see a goal better than that, folks. That's almost better than Pember's.
Yeah, that was impressive play. Unfortunately, it doesn't give them a chance at a 2-point conversion. So it looks like the strikers are going to head out with the win, taking it away 3-2. Up on the top field, it looks like the Stafford Strikers have won up there as well, 1-0 against Cronks Crusaders.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back for some women's action after this one. It's the Stafford Strikers winning 3-1 over the Aus IT Tech Titans. That'll be it for the men's action tonight. We'll be back in a few short moments with some of the ladies' action.
It's safe to say the best rooftop bars
Yeah, absolutely.
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Daisy, Daisy May, give me your best bouquet.
Daisy May Florist is one of Toowoomba's premier flower shops. Visit daisymayflorist.com today or visit their beautiful store on the corner of Hursley Road and Tor Street.
Bradnam's has 30 years of experience as the leading windows and doors manufacturer for the Toowoomba and Darling Downs regions. Employing over 70 locals in our new cutting-edge factory and showroom, we provide tailored selections and excellent service.
Are you a food business starting out with your product development journey? Ask a Food Tech, a food technology consulting company, can help you ensure that they are tasty, safe to eat, and compliant with food regulations.
It's safe to say the best rooftop bars
Yeah, absolutely.
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Club Glenvale Challenge, proudly sponsored by Bradman's Windows and Doors. It's game 4 of the night. It's going to be some women's action. We're going to see the Ezy Quip Emeralds taking on the SQPS scorers for our last affair of the night. And of course, SQPS is proudly sponsored by the South Queensland Parcel Service. They're your locally owned and operated freight provider specialising in business deliveries with daily runs to and from Toowoomba into Brisbane, throughout the Darling Downs, the Granite Belt, Lockyer Valley and the South Burnett regions. With more than 45 years experience delivering on time, you can always trust the South Queensland Parcel Service.
And the Ezy Quip Emeralds are proudly sponsored by Ezy Quip Hire, a wonderful supporter of Toowoomba hockey and a great supporter of the Club Glenvale Challenge. Have supported us for a period of time. They're the go-to people for your hiring equipment. As we get ready to get underway.
Your lineups for tonight, of course, the Emeralds are going to be led out by the captain tonight's Emily Payne, Piper Williams, Lauren Ryan, Millie Gascon, Kira Nichols, Danielle Watson, Emily McEwen, Amy Kimball, Georgia Denny, SQPS, Shaylee Fielder, Sarah Hurley, Lauren Mann, Tracy Page, Kira Sui, Savannah Trapp, Haley Warhurst, Ava Jeffrey, and Maddie Richter. So a few stars on show here in this one. And of course, we got to thank this all to Bradman's Windows and Doors.
Bradman Windows and Doors, they had humble beginnings in their backyard in Harvey Bay back in 1977. They have grown into one of Australia's leading suppliers to the construction industry, built on a foundation of excellent product innovation, quality and customer service. Bradman's remains a proudly owned, Australian-owned family business more than 4 decades on. With 18 modern showrooms nationwide. I didn't know they were that big. They're huge. Over 1,000 dedicated team members and partnerships with some of Australia's largest builders. Bradnam's continues to deliver cutting-edge, high-quality aluminium windows and doors. We sincerely thank Bradman's Windows and Doors for their continued support of Toowoomba hockey.
You see their windows and doors on work sites. I've seen it in Brisbane a fair bit.
And it's really good to see them out just, supporting regional hockey, putting some money into the development and the opportunities they're providing for people in their local community. Such a large company that obviously has community roots and willing to support with not only their words but also some financial assistance for their local community space to sport.
And we couldn't do this without every single sponsor that we have. Not just the team sponsors, but the club sponsors. Oh, nice defending there. I don't even know how to describe that. I think she just hit that on the back heel.
Yep, that was very impressive. Just deflected the ball away, got the stick down there, and the umpire was happy it was all stick, no foot. So that's what you're after.
As we were saying, we just like to thank all the sponsors, whether you're big or small, sponsoring a team or just sponsoring the ground here. It wouldn't be possible without everybody who does that, and the umpires who have braved the weather. You know, we've got 2 players out here who've just backed up from the previous affair, and the tech officials who are down there braving out the rain, and the mums and the dads and boyfriends and girlfriends who have all come out here to support each other tonight. It couldn't be done without you, so thank you.
Yeah, I think crowd numbers are probably a bit down tonight. Gate takings will be a bit below what was budgeted for, but you can understand that in these sort of conditions.
Well, hopefully they've got it on in Club Glenvale and everybody's in there enjoying a nice hot chocolate.
Yes, I don't think there's many people out enjoying the deck at this time.
Oh, I don't blame him. And of course, we have to say thank you to our cameraman. He's done a fantastic...
He's looking like he's having a shower there. In that
he's
window.
looked like he's had a shower or two, and I think the camera's going to go into a dryer when we get done tonight. But it just shows the level of commitment that everybody has here, that we're all here. You know, the drive home is going to be a bit hairy, but we'll do it. And it's just to make sure that we bring you the best action we can. And the Emeralds, they're trying to show you what they have in their attacking fleet, that's for sure.
And look, I'm quite excited about this game. They put on such a wonderful show, the ladies' teams, last week. And let's see if they can back up moving down onto the main frame. So the big screen will be theirs for the taking tonight, and see how they go. Bit of a to and fro affair as both sides try and get some dominance.
Yeah, and of course, next week, only junior action. We get the weekend off. There's a couple of junior games, and then we go into the final series where every team gets to play in front of the camera on that final night going forward. So we'll see the third and fourth consolidation games between the two genders, and then we go to the main games where they play for the whistles and play for the prize.
That'll be great. And finishing it up, obviously, Hockey Expo in Toowoomba tomorrow. Great opportunity if you're interested in playing hockey to come along and sign up for one of the wonderful clubs that are represented and make up the association. Hopefully the weather will clear and it won't be blowing a gale.
Just a brilliant opportunity if you're in the local area, folks. Come down and join a great family sport, and you can get to play in a tournament like this and get your name up in lights. And Sav Trap, what an absolute rocket of a shot there.
And good keeping. Stayed on her feet until she got rid of that second ball. So, this is a good tussle at present.
Lauren Ryan there with the great keeping.
Looks like someone stepped over the white line too much.
Oh, no. We've seen that a few times tonight. The scorers, they're just beginning to turn the wick up and turn the volume up a bit here on the pressure. And young Sav Trapp, again, showing off why she gets all the accolades and gets the attention on her, because she has unbelievable skill and can accelerate into space that not many people can see. The scorers now, there's an opportunity. It's on the back stick. Trigger goes to get pulled, but I think the weather, the conditions played into that one. You can see the stick actually slipped in the hands. Not out of danger, though. The scorers go all the way down and the save's made.
Yeah, I think the ball just moved at the last minute there. A bit of a gust. Maybe tussled the hair, got in her eyes, and the ball just rolled off its mark. So that big swing, no ding.
Yeah, you look at where the conditions are right now. The stick grips, they're going to be slimy. They're not really... you're at that point in the night now where if the only ones that'll have a bit of grip will probably be the old school chamois or the terrible Towleys.
Yeah, it's late at night, had a few games already. The conditions haven't improved. It's going to be a real test of these players' commitment and their skills to keep it going. As we have a breakdown in play, Stafford into the box.
Traps there. All she had to do was get it to a player on the post, but well cut down by the goalkeeper, but it's going to end up in the back of the box, folks. You can see Sav Trapp here. She comes in, gets the rebound, pulls it back, turns, shoots and scores. It's good play there, realising the goalkeeper's overcommitted and all she has to do is get to the tomahawk and shoot it on that. SQPS, they open the scoring here through Savannah Trapp, and she'll have the opportunity to convert.
Keeper was unlucky there, just missed by a minute.
Oh, she comes up and does a little stutter shot and absolutely tattoos that in the back corner of the net. You'll see it again, folks. Looks up and goes, right, I think I'm just going to blast this one. That 1-2 step made a little bit of doubt in the goalkeeper's mind, was able to sail that into the corner. It is 2-0 SQPS.
Yeah, didn't take it to the goalkeeper like we have seen as pretty common, trying to turn them and either do a back stick or get on the other side of them. So she just delivered it from the top of the D and said, there you go, see how that tastes.
Sometimes I actually like when they do that in shootout. Walk to the top of the circle and say, best on best, I'm gonna roof it. I think sometimes we overcommit, get a bit too low in them, but they got to find that balancing act, and it's definitely added a bit to the action, the shootout afterwards. At first, I wasn't sure about it when we started trialling the rules, but now I quite enjoy it.
Yeah, look, I think it does, and it's certainly framed this game to get 2-0 ahead in these sort of conditions, coming up on the halfway into the half of the first half. It does give them an advantage, and now we'll just see if they can build it. Certainly the scorers, the South Queensland Parcel Service scorers, have been probably a bit ascendant so far. It just depends on what the Emeralds can pull out to fight back.
Yeah, to be halftime adjustments for the Emeralds, they need to find a way to neutralise, obviously, Sav in the middle of the field and try and get a bit more width. You don't want to let her have time and space, so probably get a bit more width in their attack. You'll be looking for a bit more depth up front with the strikers, but you can't have what's happening here where the player's taken a free hit and they're looking at a wall of blue, and there's your result right there, easily picked off.
Hard to get out of that.
The Emeralds now trying to play it forward. They're going to play it off the stick of SQPS, and
need to do a bit faster extractions there, and they need to move it along as quickly as they can to try and use a bit of pace on the ball to get out of that really serious press.
Easy for us to say when we're sitting up here in the nice warm. I'm sure down there they're trying to think, they're trying to keep the rain out of their eyes and the wind from picking up, and I can only imagine what it's like playing in these conditions, because it would be brutal.
I'm cold just watching them.
Well, it is actually cold in here.
True. It's because the kettle keeps whistling that it's boiled. So what can they do this time? Can they get out this press? Oh, they've tried something a little bit different, managed to get it through. Space on the left if they deliver. He's stuck onto the right-hand side.
Oh, that's a brilliant ball through. Now they have one player uncontested on the post. Goalkeeper dives, makes a save. Oh, she's cleared it all the way up to the halfway line, folks. That's good goalkeeping. Now Trapp, she's got a bit of time and space.
Great recovery there by the keeper, and Trapp's just using a bit of time, trying to get a player's back, going for a big hit, which probably is not going to come up with anything.
Trapp there, using her body to shield the ball a bit, and decided to tommer it. Expecting her to tuck it under a wing and really try and take the play on there, but early days, hard night, wind howling. It'll be hard to try and run the ball a lot more here now.
Yeah, I just hope that the Emeralds can have a bit of a decent attack and maybe bring something back, so we can go into the halftime maybe tied up, or maybe just a 2-1. That would be good.
SQPS, they're searching. There's Trapp again.
Great defence.
Oh, that was great defence from the player known as the post. I've saved that one. Trapp going for the tomahawk, and no, half point.
Look, really, I think the post is just an extension of the goalkeeper. Clearly, the goalkeeper knew where that post was and took full advantage of it.
Buy that post a drink tonight, I say.
That's it. Oh,
Unfortunately, we can't give the player of the match to the post, though. Another opportunity, and this time it's hit the post again. Oh, I think Sav Trapp in the last 5 minutes has hit all 3 posts, both side posts and the crossbar.
It's impressive goalkeeping.
It's funny. In ice hockey, they do, when you don't have a goalkeeper and you're playing a game with a pickup game, they call it. A group of mates getting out there having a hit. They play a game, they call it 3 posts. You got to hit both side posts and the crossbar to win. I think Sav Trapp has just won that game.
Yeah, it was. That was a really impressive way, and the Emeralds are lucky they're not coming away with more points against them there.
So those of you listening at home, if you're ever at a field, you don't have a goalkeeper, you want to play a game, play the 3 post game. It makes it a bit more interesting. You got to actually be accurate with your shooting.
And so again, the Emeralds just haven't been able to get away from the pressure that the scorers are putting on them. They really need to figure out a way of breaking that press and getting some attack.
Yeah, it's been all scorers here in the pretty much this first half. They have been absolutely on fire, but we saw this last week from them. They looked a better team, and they were very dominant last week in what was some absolutely unbelievable hockey, mind you.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's been all scorers. I think that the Emeralds have actually made some decent options. It's just at present they just can't break this press. They just can't get out of their own defensive quarter or half. So that makes it hard.
Danger ball, but well read by the defender there. Trapp had a little bit of time and space. She was ready to pull the trigger, but somebody read the manual and said she's going to tommer. Get to the back stick side.
Yeah, Emeralds really want to keep control of this ball for the last of this half. They don't want to let another one in. They want to try and build it, get something for themselves if they can, but they certainly can't afford to drop another goal here.
Scoreboard pressure and the ticking time bomb that is that hooter begins to build up over time.
That was a beautiful effort by number 2, but just couldn't get enough power in that release. So, unfortunately, the play broke down.
I think for SQPS, you got to talk going halftime adjustments. They've got to get Sav to pull back a little bit and stop trying to do too much. Otherwise, she'll have a tendency to overplay the game, which could give the Emeralds the opportunity they need.
And it is blowing a gale out there, ladies and gentlemen. It is a bit of a shocker in terms of the...
Good weather for ducks, right?
Oh, look, we've had a dispossession. This is a great opportunity for the Emeralds to come up with something.
Goalkeeper comes out, dives, makes the save. I'm loving the way the young goalkeeper's diving there. She's coming out going, yep, I know there's a post here, and just sticking the stick out, ready to go. Nah, you're not getting through me. Trapped with a brilliant ball, searching crash ball, but the Emeralds, they read that well.
That was a great opportunity for the Emeralds. Unfortunately, the keeper was up to the challenge. 30 seconds to go. Can they go that again and maybe just go that little bit extra and come up with something?
Well, there's a bit of a bubble. Intel just late night, day of work. Everybody's just a little bit more tired out there right now. And the conditions, it's probably beginning to wear thin.
Yeah, this time of night, it would start to be quite draining, keeping up the effort. But they're both doing a great job. And as I said, Emeralds have been up against it, but with that great break there, they almost managed to get one back. So it's a good tussle.
Well, we're going to go into halftime here. The SQPS scorers, they got a 2-0 lead over the Ezy Quip Emeralds.
Daisy, Daisy May, give me your best bouquet.
Daisy May Florist is one of Toowoomba's premier flower shops. Visit daisymayflorist.com today or visit their beautiful store on the corner of Hursley Road and Tor Street.
Bradnam's has 30 years of experience as the leading windows and doors manufacturer for the Toowoomba and Darling Downs regions. Employing over 70 locals in our new cutting-edge factory and showroom, we provide tailored selections and excellent service.
Are you a food business starting out with your product development journey? Ask a Food Tech, a food technology consulting company, can help you ensure that they are tasty, safe to eat, and compliant with food regulations.
Well, welcome back to the Bradman's Windows and Doors Club Glenvale Challenge for 2026. Bit of a change in the action. We have the Ezy Quip Emeralds taking on the SQPS scorers. In what has been a back and forth affair, SQPS have a 2-0 lead here at halftime. On a blistering, windy, rainy night here in Toowoomba. Everyone's had to play through it. Of course, the schedule changed due to the Little Pigs legends on the men's side having to pull out tonight. Thanks to the Queensland trials that are going on, of course. Wish all those athletes down there the best, and may they go well this weekend. And challenging conditions, to say the least. The Emeralds. Interesting to see what changes they made coming out of halftime, whether or not they're going to want to get fired up or what they can do to kind of take away the game a little bit here from SQPS. In torrid conditions is the only way to describe it. The overhead there is not really going to pay off. The Emeralds now, well read by the defender. Not out of danger though. The Emeralds now searching, looking for something. Cut back infield twice. Third time trying to get a corner. There's a ball through. It is going to end up in a corner. Nice little tuck under the wing, throw it on the foot. The Emeralds, they're going to have their first scoring opportunity in this affair tonight. Well, the Emeralds, they got to create something out of nothing here. They've got the corner opportunity. See if they go for the 2-point play. Ball comes out. It's trapped inside the dots, so the ball must hit the backboard. They try to get it back to the injector. She misses it. That's going to end up over the baseline.
But still, it's an opportunity. They got the press on now. They can try and keep the ball down here and see if they can convert the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Wanting to put a more aggressive press on and force a turnover early. But you've got to be prepared to hustle back because SQPS turned very fast.
All right, this is in their favour for the Emeralds. They've picked up a bit of a penalty between the half and 25. So what can they do here? Players in position. Seeing if they can build something here. Put into the middle, a bit of space. Player coming down on the left-hand side. Play it back into the middle. It's probably not the best spot. A few defenders there. Oh, fortunately, they picked up a penalty. So here we go. Game on.
I would like to say hello to all our viewers watching. I hope you're enjoying the coverage of this year's challenge and you're enjoying the nines action because it has been a welcome change, I think, to the proceedings, and definitely open the game up a little bit more and really showcasing the depth of talent here in Toowoomba hockey.
Well, it's I was just put my head outside, and let me tell you, it is cold, it is wet, it is windy. So they're brave coming out here to play the last game of the night and putting everything on the table. As you have a bit of an interception there and really a breakdown of play, the scorers are going to have a prime opportunity here.
One-on-one with the keeper. She shoots. Save made. Oh, that's bobbled over the face of the open goal and gone to the other side. So brilliant touch here from the keeper. And did you do a pitch check while you're down there? Is it dry? Is there any cracks?
No, not dry. No cracks. They've all puckered up.
Oh, notice because your phone's in your pocket and your keys are in your pocket.
No, I'm fine. I haven't lost anything down there. That was a great opportunity for the scorers to come up with something. And again, I think they come up with a long corner there. It's hard to see through the window what the signal was.
It's a long corner again. Sav trap on the crash ball. We're trying to find a postie, but the Emeralds, they just get a stick to it at the last minute. Again, they're looking for the crash ball. It's not on. Now they're going to try and play it through. SQPS playing it back now.
Scorers a bit high there, so it'll break down. So this opportunity for the Emeralds to turn it around, build a bit of play, try and get out the other end. They've just got to get through this press.
Yeah, they just need to get through the outlet, find the numbers, but their shape's a lot better coming out. They're not wanting to just overcommit 2 forward, put 6 in the box and say, go through that. No, they're beginning to disrupt it and break it up a little bit. And this is the result. They're going to get an attacking opportunity here.
Just putting the pressure there. Nutmegged the defender to get the ball through. Unfortunately, one of the scorers was there. And then we've got the attack coming on the rebound.
Oh, brilliant ball from Trapp. Finds her attacker. She's just got one to beat. Great save from the keeper. Oh, my God.
And a beautiful stick away.
Sticks the leg out and then sweeps the rubbish away and says, not in my house tonight.
You will not pass. That was great saving there. Pressure was on her. That's probably the second or third time where she's had a one-on-one, and she's come out on top each time. So hopefully she can keep that going. The Emeralds desperately can't afford to go down another goal as we come towards the middle of the second half.
Yeah, the Emeralds. They started hot. They went off the boil a little bit here. They need to just get something through. But, of course, it's SQPS is just willing to make that early pass and try and get the numbers advantage. Secret to nines. Pass early, get the numbers advantage. And, again, it's a secret to hockey, folks. But we overcomplicate it by wanting to run it too much.
Beautiful intercept by the Emeralds. Managed to get back and break that ball down. But, unfortunately, again, they just can't relieve the pressure. It just keeps... The scorers are just relentless in their forward movement.
Absolutely, and trust me, folks, that's not the ref's whistle. It's not the whistle for the kettle. That's the wind you can hear, folks.
Wasn't there a roof up there before? Oh,
my hair's going curly from the breeze.
Yeah, it's tussling. It's definitely tussling. So here we go again, trying to get out of that press. Again, unable to really relieve the pressure that the scorers are placing on them. Here's a bit of individual brilliance. Broke down, unfortunately. And a great attack by the scorers.
There's the opportunity. Shot on net and the goal. SQPS, they finally put one in. The striker up high. She has one to beat. Sweeps it through the goalkeeper. You'll see here the opportunity. Player missteps. Sweeps it through. This time she's not going to miss. She's had about 4 opportunities.
Yeah, the keeper.
I believe that's a young Ava Jeffrey.
Keeper just unfortunate that time. That's what we come up with here. Not a stand and deliver from the top of the D.
Got the keeper beat, but the stick. That was the ball. My apologies.
Ball just ran away from her there.
Just went away.
Back in, had the keeper done and dusted, but unfortunately couldn't finish it off.
The triple pane that we're seeing in the windows, that white streak. I was like, oh, is that the stick?
So here we go. Down 3-0, 7 minutes to go. What have the Emeralds got?
Are they going to pull the keeper? It's a risk you got to ask yourself. Probably not.
Oh, beautiful dispossession there.
Secret to pulling the keeper, folks. You got to keep a bit of possession and maintain it for a while so that it doesn't affect the the play. You pull them too early or you pull them when you don't have the run of play. Generally doesn't work out well for your team.
Well, they've picked up a short corner here, so this could be the fight back, the start of the fight back, the beginning of the new wave of Emeralds coming through.
Don't call it a comeback. They've been here for years.
Okay. We'll just have to see now. They've got to come up with a better attack than what they had at the last corner. And they're really, it's important that they get something in the back of the net tonight. They've got to come off with something here, I think.
The goal here will definitely make the last 5 minutes frantic, because that means one more goal and a conversion opportunity. So you'd have to go for the easy one-pointer. There it is. Runs in, takes for the shot. Save made by the defender, not out of danger. One to beat. Oh, brilliant tackling there.
Umpires called another short corner. So give them another opportunity. Probably that wasn't a bad attack. They just need to come up with something a bit more that gives them the finish that they're after.
They had a couple of opportunities there. They just needed to pull the trigger a little bit faster. This time it comes out. 2-point plays on. They're looking. Find the top of the circle. Here's the shot. Save made by the keeper. Brilliant opportunity there.
And the stick goes flying there. Was that a stick I saw through the...
No, that was the ball.
Oh, okay. All right,
You've just done my trick.
Bit hard to see here as the wind blows against the...
that horizontal rain.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun drive home. That's going to be smashing me all the way home. At least it'll keep me awake, that's for sure.
That's it. Well, you drive safe. Okay, so what can the Emeralds do here? A good interchange of ball.
There's the opportunity.
Not
they got
rushing
players down low. Diving save made by the keeper again.
Yeah, just broke down that play there at the last hurdle. The keeper saw it, pushed it out wide. And it looks like scorers are going to get the chance to bring it out here. Oh, no, the ball's up there. Looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I think if you're the Emeralds, you've got to bring everybody up now. Try and just create something and get the numbers advantage. If you give up a long ball, you give up a long ball, but SQPS give up a corner here. The Emeralds really trying to tighten the screws.
Yeah, so look, this is third short corner, fourth short corner in the last few minutes, so this will be a great opportunity. If they can get 2 here, then that'll give them 2. That'll be great.
Yeah, they get 2 here. It'll put that little bit more pressure on SQPS, and you could see 2 turn into 3, if not 4, very quickly out here tonight.
Or 2.5, just depending on how they go.
Oh, you like the half, don't you?
Well, I think it's something we should do. Innovation.
Brilliant layoff there. One to beat. Oh, that's great defending once again on the post.
Yeah, just came out just at the right time and didn't let it evolve into anything. And the scorers are still struggling to get it out, so the Emeralds aren't giving up. They're continuing to push. And they're committed, just like Ezy Quip Hire. Here's to the mining industry. Here we go. Can they pull up with something? It hasn't quite worked, but taking it in.
Oh, nice slider ball in, looking for somebody, but well read by the defender again.
But again, Emeralds are still in there. They're pushing the fight. Oh, that was a bit of a dispossession. That was unfortunate. Big long pass. Let's see what the scorers have got. Can they buy a bit of breathing time? Scorers are coming flooding back or pushing ahead into attack. Oh, physical hockey there. But unfortunately, Emerald will get the ball back, so the scorer's attack's broken down, and it gives the Emerald opportunity to try and get it back and see what they can come up with. Big pass through up into the left flank there. Spin and a turn. She's broken away from a player. There's a number advantage here. Oh,
just doesn't quite connect in the end there.
I think the keeper probably put her off there diving across, took the ball out of a spot there for a little while. Yeah, maybe just got a bit too close to the keeper.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a touch there on the way through. So, yeah.
Keeper came out, really put the pressure on her and closed down the angle. Had the desired effect. And now the scorers come out again, trying to break this press, trying to get back in control. They haven't enjoyed it as much as they had in the last few minutes. But certainly, as the time clicks down, Emerald have to come up with something. great defending there. Picked up that ball and carried away outside the D, away from danger. Scorers needed that.
And the scorers have definitely delivered here. They've just been rock solid in defence all night. Emeralds have just constantly come at them, wave after wave, much like the wind gusts tonight. Gust after gust have come at them, and they've just stayed steadfast and delivered on time with this one.
So we've got, just over a minute left to go. So if we can get a score here, then that'd be good. South Queensland Parcel Service tried the big hit, but doesn't get broken down, and so Emeralds bring it out of their own half. Trying to be a bit patient. That's good to see, building the play.
Once again, they're trying to sneak one through, but they've got to do something quick. There's a shot on net. Save made by the keeper again. Another good quality shot from the Emeralds. They've just picked it up a fair bit. You've seen the team that we saw last week. They were very competitive all game.
Yeah, look, it's been a great comeback by them. Again, great commitment, great energy.
Great half-time adjustments.
Yeah, things just haven't come off for them, which is really unfortunate.
Well,
they've got a short corner here by the looks of it.
Short corner on the buzzer, but yeah, they seem to have just made that adjustment, get out of the middle of the field, attack with a bit more width. They've neutralised the danger per player on the field for SQPS and Sav Trap by saying, we're going to go around you, make you do a little bit more running, and it's kind of taken her out of the game a little bit. No detriment to her, it's just the balls, they went, you know what, we're not going to try and play through you, and it's given them more opportunity, and the great halftime adjustment.
And that's created a bit of space in the press, so the scorers haven't been able to hold the Emeralds in their half as much as they were. So we'll just see how this corner goes.
A little bit of a bobble out, but there's still going to be a chance for a shot at the top of the circle. There's the opportunity. And that's going to do it, folks. The SQPS scorers, they're going to take this one over the Ezy Quip Emeralds 3-0. Steve, I'm Nate. Thank you for coming this evening and tuning in with us. Thank you to Bradman's Windows and Doors for the Club Glenvale Challenge, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Everyone have a safe night, safe weekend, and happy travels.
It's safe to say the best rooftop bars
Yeah, absolutely.
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Daisy May, give me your best bouquet.
Daisy May Florist is one of Toowoomba's premier flower shops. Visit daisymayflorist.com today or visit their beautiful store on the corner of Hursley Road and Tor Street.
Bradnam's has 30 years of experience as the leading windows and doors manufacturer for the Toowoomba and Darling Downs regions. Employing over 70 locals in our new cutting-edge factory and showroom, we provide tailored selections and excellent service.
Are you a food business starting out with your product development journey? Ask a Food Tech, a food technology consulting company, can help you ensure that they are tasty, safe to eat, and compliant with food regulations.
It's safe to say the best rooftop bars
Yeah, absolutely.
are the ones that never close. Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.